have been gone, alright? I do apologize. I have my reasons, but at this point, I've started like 6 different videos with the exact same intro talking about where I'd been since the LPS popular one, and at this point, I don't know if any of them are going to see the light of day, like ever, because they're all in various stages of completion, but if they ever do, I don't want to keep regurgitating the same shit. So just know that, like, I finished college, I did some good stuff, I worked with a musician, a lot of, like, yeah, just for, you know, that's everything. That's all you need to know. Anyways,
Danganronpa.
the topic of this video. Danganronpa is a very popular game franchise. I mean, it's really popular. And like, even if I wanted to, I'm not gonna sit down and talk about the entire plot of Danganronpa because even I don't understand it. Like, my brain only has the capacity to obtain one complicated game series with a very convoluted plotline, and that was taken by FNAF a very long time ago, so there's no more room. However, all you need to know is that the first game came out in, I think, 2010, and it has spawned a plethora of merchandise that can go from alternate games like spin-offs, stage plays, cosplays, animes, manga, figures, pins, keychains, body pillows. It's endless, it's endless. And like, I had known about Danganronpa for quite a while. The proof you need is that I drew this drawing of Nagito when I didn't know anything about Danganronpa other than this particular character. After that drawing, I never touched it ever again. I don't even know what triggered me to do it. No idea. The only reason I even got into Danganronpa in the first place is because I watched the Game Grumps play the first 2 games, and I am currently now watching them as they play the 3rd one. That's literally the only reason that I even got into Danganronpa. If the Game Grumps had ever touched the game, I don't think I'd ever be in this situation where I'd be a Danganronpa fan. Like, the only characters I'd ever known from Danganronpa were Junko and Nagito because I'd seen so many cosplays on TikTok during 2020 of them. I thought it was cringe, but now the tables have flipped and now I'm on the other side of things, and all I can really say to that is, you know, Karma's a bitch. I should have known better. And like everyone, I have my favourite characters from the first 2 games. I'm still getting to know the characters from the 3rd one, so I'll report back to you when that happens, but it's looking like Gunter's gonna be my favourite. But like, there's one character which spawned this entire video idea in the first place that I feel like the community of Danganronpa does not give him enough justice. There's not enough merchandise, there's not enough fan art of him. I genuinely want to see more of this character, and I also want to see more people understand this character, because I feel like a lot of people just kind of disregard him as being the first one to be offed by Monokuma. Like, just, he deserves more than that title. So this entire video is going to be me trying to convince you about the importance of Leon Kuwata, the first character to kill another in the entire Danganronpa franchise. This is literally the entire video, and I do apologize in advance.
Yo, the name's Leon Kuwata. What's up?
I also kind of just want to like briefly explain what went into this video. Like, all my other videos that I've made where I'm talking about something, whether it's an entire topic that I was interested in or a single character, they've always had the same planning experience as the other, where I plan a basic script-like structure on Google Docs, where I just write some things out and it gives me like a guideline of what I should talk about but still give me the access of speaking freely. I didn't do this for this video. I was so fixated on making this topic like into a video that it took over my entire brain. I ended up sitting down and I pulled out my notebook and pen and physically sat and wrote every single thing I wanted to talk about in this video. That's how you know I'm taking this seriously, and I'm genuinely trying to plead my case on why we should make Leon more important in the franchise than we do. I'm 18. I finished college. I got my A-levels. Like, I'm going to uni at some point. And I'm sat in my room writing about how I think a fictional character that dies after chapter 1 in a game deserves to have more. It's like, wow. I don't think it really hit me until this moment how kind of weird that is, but I'm committed to the bit. So to give a brief summary of what Chapter 1 was, basically, Sayaka is the victim, Leon is the killer, and he gets punished by being pelted with a bunch of baseballs because his ultimate talent is the ultimate baseball player, so it's very fitting. Just with that brief summary, you might be thinking,
But Bunny, he killed someone. Why are you defending the killer?
I'm not defending a killer. I'm not defending his actions. I'm explaining the other context needed to explain his actions. Like, yeah, he killed Sayaka, but it was also said before he died that he did it out of self-defense, because Sayaka had planned this entire thing where she would kill Leon, blame it on Makoto, and pretty much get everyone else killed so that she could live her life as an idol because she is the ultimate idol, I think. You switch rooms with Sayaka because you are Makoto, and so you give her your room, which gives her an alibi for when, if she kills Leon, which she didn't, but if she did, she could have swapped the name plates or the little icon plates around so that she could say, oh, I was in my room the entire time, and then blame it all on Makoto because it's his room and there's a dead body in his room. I mean, this still kind of happened, but it was just with Sayaka instead, so Makoto had to be like,
Hey, she asked me to switch rooms with her.
Another thing to point out as well is that she gave Leon a note asking to meet up with him, I think. And, you know, she attacked him first. Like, she was out to get Leon, whether you want to believe that or not, that's what she was going to do. And, you know, she was going to pin it all on Makoto in the first place. But Bunny, Celestia had said this about Leon and how he could have just left her in the bathroom. Two reasons for that, okay? First of all, Sayaka had attacked Leon first, so if Leon had left her in the bathroom, there could have been a higher threat for Sayaka either attacking someone else or going after Leon at a different time. And two, you're in a fucking killing game, Celeste. You would know this, you're actively partaking in it. Like I said, I'm not an expert in Danganronpa and the entire history of the game. All I know is that Leon was doing it out of self-defense. Yes, he technically could have left Sayaka, but then the potential threat of her killing him at a later date or killing someone else entirely also existed. So in a way, he kind of took one for the team. I also kind of just want to talk about Leon as a whole, because I feel like we do just kind of regard Leon as the first one to kill and the first one to be killed via punishment, and that's really all he's known for, and he's not given enough time in the game to kind of fully talk about his personality and, you know, his personal life outside of Hope's Peak Academy, and to kind of just address us as Makoto like a friend. The free time events are completely optional with who you spend it with, so it is like, you choose if you want to know about someone's life before Hope's Peak Academy, and with Leon, you only get one chapter with him, so like, I don't think anyone would really predict anything when it comes to trying to learn about Leon, because I think when you're in this kind of situation, you think, oh, I'll have free time to talk to any character. Nuh-uh. There are several things that Leon reveals through these free time events about just like his life, you know, his relationships, what he does, his hatred for baseball, which is actually very interesting, and you get to see a more deeper insight of his character than just the cocky baseball player who thinks he's famous. Like, sure, he comes off as that cocky baseball player who thinks he's famous, but there's a deeper meaning to that, you know? I know this is too much to go into a fucking 2D character, but like, just listen, okay? I don't fully want to believe that his aspirations to become a punk musician is completely in vain of just wanting to impress a girl he'd seen at the salon, but I also don't want to disregard that as a point entirely. I do believe to an extent he was doing this for the girl, but I also do understand and see him doing music or doing something else apart from baseball because of how much he's been used for that kind of talent. Like, I think I'd be pretty frustrated too if I was like a prodigy or considered a prodigy in a certain aspect and then be forced to basically be the ultimate win for the team every single time you play a game against another. Like, I'm not learning anything and I'm not experimenting with it because I just know that I can do it, and it sucks. I mean, a lot of people like the idea of being able to do everything, but I also like the idea of learning and growing and, you know, all that kind of shit. I'm also not completely convinced that he is the bad boy that he puts him out to be, you know, saying that he goes to third base with many girls in more ways than one, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not gonna completely disregard the fact that he might be a player. I mean, some things he says during those free time events, like, Jesus Christ, Leon, calm down a bit. But like, I also think there's a large part of him that's doing it out of a sense of insecurity and wanting to come off as way more popular than he might have ever been. I mean, if you think about it logistically, he did end up changing his entire appearance and personality and interest in ultimate whatever because a girl at a hair salon said that she only dates musicians and he was interested in her. You know, like, that doesn't seem like he's fully confident in himself, and it might be added to the fact that he doesn't like baseball that much and that he's actually quite, you know, disinterested in it, especially because, like, he doesn't gain anything from doing it anymore. And you see this as well when he asks Makoto if he knows what Sayaka's into, if she's into actors, and then even contemplating becoming an actor to try and impress Sayaka. Like, he's desperate. He's desperate. I also think that he wants to go into a career that gains him a large amount of popularity, not because he wants to be famous, but mainly because I feel like Leon's the type of person who will go into this kind of career just to seek out people's validation and to seek out a wide variety of support from people and to be loved by people. Not necessarily the fame, but more so the idea that he'll have people who like and look up to him. Like I said, I won't completely knock the idea that he does it simply for attention and likes being the center of it, but I also don't want to put it past anyone to think that he's doing it because he's insecure and he just wants to have people like him. I mean, the person who is so adamant that he hates baseball to his entire core, admitting to Makoto in an act of free time that he does actually miss playing baseball, says enough on its own. And I can't really address his behaviour in the free time events without addressing his behaviour in the trial itself. Of course, at first, at the beginning of the trial, he comes off a bit cocky and deflects all accountability or acknowledgement about the murder or anything like that, but as you delve deeper and find more evidence that links Leon to the killing of Sayaka, you see him slowly break, well, I'd say slowly, but it's quite quick actually, of him breaking from this confident character to this belittled, terrified child, pretty much. I'll play this little clip, and I don't think it needs much more explaining.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
This kind of leads me to the thing that I found that kind of made me want to make this entire video in the first place. It was a screenshot of a comment from Instagram that was put onto Pinterest that I had found, and I just want to read it because I feel like it emphasizes what I'm trying to prove in this video. Let's talk about the fact that Leon, canonically, just wanted to be loved so bad. Leon felt the necessity of changing his body and mind just to be loved and to fulfill the expectations that other people had on him. He disliked himself so much at the point he didn't hesitate to change his appearance for a girl he had just met because she was nice to him. During his trial, Leon seemed scared, more than the other Blackens. Leon was completely helpless because he couldn't express what happened when Sayaka attacked him, not even Monokuma knew because there were no cameras, and Leon had to leave his classmates thinking and knowing, everyone hates me, no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, they hate me and I hate myself. He died being unloved, he died with no one caring about him. He left this world convinced that he was such a bad person. No one cared about him before or after his death, and he even tried to be nice to Makoto because he showed him kindness during the only free time he had. Long story short, Leon hated himself so much to the point that he needed someone's attention and love to not feel empty. Now, I do believe that Leon needed someone's approval or needed attention from someone to feel a little bit more at ease. I mean, he even said in a conversation with Makoto that he was going to take a nap because when he gets easily depressed, he takes naps. But like, I also do understand people's criticisms of Leon being this kind of egotistical prick who talks about women a certain way and kind of puts on this show of being cocky and confident, but in actuality, he is kind of a coward. There's like an argument to and for Leon's existence being important or just being seen as another lackluster first one in, first one out kind of thing. Obviously, I'm very biased because I do love Leon. I mean, I'm making an entire video dedicated to trying to show people how important he really is to the series. But I also can very much acknowledge the fact that people will not like Leon, because Leon is kind of annoying at times, and like I said, he isn't completely flawless, he has many flaws, you know, like any character, but I just wanted to put this video out there to kind of make my own opinions known about Leon, because there's not many fans of Leon. Like, there's probably like 5. It's a very niche set community, and like, I just want more people to appreciate Leon. That's all I'm asking. Like, I'm tired of people just completely disregarding Leon, like, as a whole. Like, I've seen more merchandise made for fucking Terry, and I hate that bitch. I don't know if this is a good comparison, but it's like, it's the same kind of wavelength to me anyways, as completely disregarding the first Saw film in the entire franchise because it's not as theatrical as the later films. Like, of course it's not going to be as theatrical as the later films, it had a lower budget, it was grittier, it was dirtier in ways, you know, it seemed low budget, but that's why people liked it, because it was an original idea and it made it work. You don't have to like the first Saw film to acknowledge its importance in the series. Just as much as you can not like Leon in the game of Danganronpa, but still acknowledge his importance in the series as being the first one to kick off the entire Killing game as a whole. And like, it was in self-defense. I'm also gonna admit that this video was kind of kicked off when I watched the Game Grumps rank the first 2 games' characters. Like, I'll just play the clip for Leon, because I had some feelings.
Leon.
The
baseball
his
player.
name was Leon.
Yep.
He was murderer number 1.
Yes, he was.
Shit. Well, I don't like him.
Meh, perhaps?
Why meh? Why not worst?
I feel like being murderer number 1 in the first game gives you some kind of street
cred. Yeah.
Cred.
He went for it.
Anyways, I think I'm done with this video. I've talked way too long about a 2D fictional character that had no more than probably 30 minutes to an hour of time on a game. Like, I'm sorry, it's one of those things, you know, we all get like that sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, there are much greater characters than Leon in the game franchise of Danganronpa, but like, I just want people to respect him a bit more, alright? Don't forget him, okay? He is important to the game, you just won't acknowledge it. I also acknowledge that the title of this video is a bit hostile. I don't mean it to be hostile, and I also don't want people thinking that I'm gonna go on a fucking tirade if people don't like Leon, because I can understand why people won't like Leon. He's just my personal favorite, and I want to make a video saying that, because this is my corner of the internet, and I can rant about whatever I want, okay? I also acknowledge that this is kind of cringe, but I mean, I'm cringe, but I'm free, so. Anyways, that's it. I'm not gonna waste your time anymore ranting about this ginger-looking bastard. I'm really not. This is a video, definitely. Am I proud of it? I don't know. Ask me that in a year, and I'll come back to this video and give you a response, because I don't really know. But, yeah, I'm gonna go now. And I'm gonna doodle Leon some more, because he's literally all I can draw right now. So, yeah. Bye-bye! I had originally intended for this video to end there, but I just needed to say just 1 or 2 more things that I don't think I conveyed properly in this video. The main thing is, I don't hate Sayaka, and I don't want this video to entirely encompass hatred for one character when this single trial shows that you cannot pin the blame on either or. I don't want this video to come off as me completely defending Leon's actions, 100%, and then blaming everything on Sayaka, because that's not how the trial works. I also want to acknowledge the fact that although I joked about Celeste's point about, you know, pointing out the fact that Leon could have just left her in the bathroom, but instead he consciously decided to get his toolkit and finish the job, there is truth to that statement as well. Leon didn't have to finish the job that Sayaka had started. He could have left her in the bathroom, but I had said this hypothetical situation where Sayaka could have gone after Makoto, or could have gone after Leon at a different date, or even convinced the entire group that Leon's a threat because of the assault that happened between the two of them. And although I still do believe the fact that Leon did this out of an entire act of self-defense, I'm not gonna defend him, at all, because he ended up killing someone. As much as I'm biased towards Leon and my opinions towards him, I can put those biases aside to acknowledge the fact that, yeah, he's not a great character at all. He has his flaws just as much as Sayaka does, but you can also acknowledge his importance as well as him doing it out of fear just as much as you can acknowledge Sayaka doing what she did out of fear as well. I just wanted to point that out and make it abundantly clear that that was what I was trying to aim, not shaming one, defending the other, because this entire trial is pretty complicated and that's the entire point of the trial. I just wanted to make that abundantly clear. Alright, for realsies now, I'm gonna go. Bye-bye.
Milf, 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 milf. Was mijn vriendin maar een milf.
Yeah.
Milf, 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 milf. Hele dikke tieten, heel veel milf.